Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for your second Chelsea video of the day. The Premier League is back. We witnessed Liverpool beat Bournemouth 4-2 last night in an enthralling opening day of the Premier League season. But this is what it's all about for us. Chelsea Football Club back in action in the Premier League, and it's at Stamford Bridge on a Sunday afternoon. I'm going to be there at the game tomorrow. I cannot wait. I went to the first game last season and we lost to Man City. So I'm hoping that the first game of this season is going to be slightly more joyous for Chelsea Football Club. So there's not going to be a watch along tomorrow. I'm also not going to be doing a match day vlog because I just want to go there, have a couple of beers, enjoy the day with my mates. And I'm also going to be doing 6 things we learned. I'm going to run off out of Stamford Bridge, find a nice little quiet corner of West London, and I'm going to get the video out for you after the game. So don't worry about 6 things for the first game of the season. We got to do it, don't we? But make sure, if you are not already, that you are subscribed to GBFC. We've had the best summer on the channel, I think, ever. To be quite honest, we gained loads of new subscribers. So welcome if you are new to GBFC. And if you do want to get anything from the Chelsea Online Mega Store this season, everything, you get a discount for everything, not just the kits. GBFC10 is the code. Check the QR code on the screen or the link in the description. So, Liverpool have set the benchmark. Liverpool have set the tone. What would I say about Liverpool? Well, going forward, obviously, with or without Isak, they're going to be exciting to watch this season. Ekatike opened the scoring, Gakpo, but defensively, they look frail. And I want Chelsea here in this Palace game. I just want us to win it. I'm not necessarily looking for the most exciting, enthralling football for game week number 1. But Crystal Palace are a very good side. They won the FA Cup final. They won the Community Shield last weekend. And this is by no means an easy game of football. They're a really good team. They've still got Eze in there. Adam Wharton is probably, in my opinion, England's answer for the central midfield position at the World Cup next year under Thomas Tuchel. I think he's a wonderful player. They got Henderson in goal, I think is a great keeper. The back line, still got Mark Gurhey at the club. Richards, good defender. Lacroix, great player as well. Munoz in right wing back. They've got a serious team here. And Oliver Glasner is a great manager. If he leaves Crystal Palace, he could easily walk into a top job in the Premier League. But this is where the trust comes in. This is where the faith that's come to us in this summer comes into fruition here. Because right now, I believe Chelsea, not only are we in some of the best form that we have been in literally 10 years. We have been winning game after game after game, including lifting flipping shiny toys and trophies, all right? We go into this with an understanding that Maresca has got a solution. And that is the key thing going into the start of this season. Last year, I went to America for the preseason tour, saw us ship 4 goals against Celtic. And I'm going into the season, and I went to that game against Man City in America, saw them batter us. Then I saw them beat us, and, well, it wasn't a battering, but it basically was. We were nowhere near their level on the first day of last season. This season, we're all going into it, and you've seen the videos this week. You've seen the YouTuber collaborations and all that nonsense, right? We're all saying we could win the league. It's doable. And this is where it begins. 3 points in game week number 1 is just the same value as it is in game week 30. So I don't want to see a slow start. Chelsea, yes, there still might end up being that delayed onset recovery hangover thing that we might feel from all the football that we've played. But I'm looking at it from more of a psychological standpoint right now, because as much as physically you could think, well, yeah, we might be tired, but we're also incredibly young, so we should have the fitness levels. We should be able to do it. But mentally, right, we have just been winning and winning and winning and winning. So these players will be absolutely chomping at the bit, itching to get back out there on the field. And I think Chelsea now, the pressure isn't really on us per se, because everyone's saying, Liverpool, Isak, yeah, Liverpool going to win the league. Arsenal signed Gyökeres, they've been second, they've got the most points over, whatever, mate, Arteta, shut up, mate, you know what I mean? But they're going to be there. Man City are going to be back too. Pep's confident. So this is up to Chelsea now to just keep ticking over. We got the first 4 games of the season in London. Let's make the most of it. Now, the big question mark here, and if you watched this morning's video, we went into this in a lot more detail. The big question is, what is going to happen when it comes to the defenders. Enzo Maresca, we know, 3-1-3-3. That's the build-up shape. Chelsea have a central centre-back who's good with the ball at his feet, good with the distribution, between the lines, through the lines, around, whatever it needs to be. Levi Colwill was that guy. He was Enzo Maresca's go-to man, and he was and is the best centre-back, in my opinion, at Chelsea Football Club. So, the question mark is on who's going to play there. He said that Tosin can do it, but we saw in the press conference that he's not entirely confident with Fofana. Injury record is not the greatest, as we know. Josh Achampong as well, still very young. Maresca loves him, but is he going to show him that confidence and give him that role? Maybe we sign someone, and I hope it doesn't bite us in the backside in this game. So, without any further ado, we are back for the new season, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you've hit that like button for me and subscribe to GBFC. But let's begin with this man, Robert Sanchez, okay? I'm going into this season with massive optimism. And Sanchez, if he plays like he did in the Club World Cup, we have got ourselves a serious keeper. I really, really hope that he has a good start to this season, because at the moment, we're looking at the transfer market. We want to get the Xavi Simons deal done. We want to get the Garnacho deal done. Centre-back has become an issue because of the unfortunate injury to Colwill. I really hope that we are not talking about a conversation here where we're like, God, we should have got Maignan over the line. Why didn't we go and pursue Donnarumma? Because I want this guy to absolutely deliver for Chelsea. And look, the recent form, he's been excellent. He looks switched on. He looks confident. And when Robert Sanchez is confident, there's a good keeper in there. Distribution has been A1. Shot stopping, fantastic. There was never an issue with that in the first place. But make sure you're looking for the men in blue shirts. Let's move now into my Chelsea back line. Reece James, Tosin Chalobah, and Marc Cucurella is what we are going for. I think with this one, you'll see Tosin sink into that central centre-back position. Lots of questions about whether or not we're going to be able to replicate the same level that we have with Levi Colwill in the team. But I've got faith in these players out there right now. Tosin has become a massive leader in the Chelsea dressing room. We know that. He's also a very competent centre-half. Trevor Chalobah the same. The question is, will we win a Premier League with Tosin and Trev? I'd love to think that we could. Why not? But the levels now need to be huge. And I think the club are in a position where we will look at this, and heaven forbid, just hope it doesn't happen, for goodness sake. Let's hope no one gets injured here in this defence, because Reece James has been astronomical recently. The rise back to the top for Reece has been beautiful to watch. Tosin was massive, and he's brilliant when it comes to those lunging tackles and blocks right in front of the Robert Sanchez. Trevor Chalobah as well, massive. Marc Cucurella, we know how good he is. Yoel Hato is there. And obviously Maresca, we know that Hato's come in as a backup to Cucurella. Don't think he's necessarily going to be starting games right now in the Prem, but it doesn't mean he won't be used. But this back line, I've got confidence in this. Maybe we see Josh, but I think this is what he's going to go for. Moving into these two. The £200 million midfield that is worth more than £200 million. At first, there were question marks, potentially. Caicedo at West Ham, dodgy debut, but this guy is the best defensive midfielder in world football. Enzo Fernandez has become such a key fundamental player in this Chelsea system. And when we go and move forward into the attack, I think Enzo Fernandez in that left side, in those half spaces, going over towards that left channel is going to be so important here for Chelsea. Because Crystal Palace quite often get a lot of numbers over there when it comes to defending that area of the pitch. So Enzo on the left, Caicedo next to him. But let's move into the Chelsea attack. And obviously, right, there's so many different things that we think we can do here. I'm also considering maybe we see João Pedro and Liam Delap start together. We've not really seen that yet. So I don't think Maresca's just going to be like, bomb, that's what we're going for. So I think this is the Chelsea lineup to start the season. Neto on the right wing, Palmer in the 10, Gittins on the left, and João Pedro up top. Now, obviously here, there is no Esteval Willian in the Chelsea starting 11, and I don't know how long this is going to happen for, right? Jamie Gittins has to hit the ground running here, because if he doesn't, Neto's going to move over to that left side, and Esteval will play on the right. And I'd be so excited if we saw that. But I think Gittins will get the start in this opening game. Natural left touchline winger. And I think we're going to need that pace because Munoz is very quick and very strong on that Crystal Palace right side. Maxence Lacroix as well. Very good player. So I also think Gittins will be useful in this game. And I think he's been brought in, and you hear Maresca in that press conference talking about, we've got Jamie and we've got Tyreek George on that left side. I think we need more. So I think he will go and use Gittins in that position. I still think that Pedro Neto is considered as that right winger. Now, with Neto here, I think there is the opportunity that we see Reece get forward. How much of that we're going to see, I don't know. But then also we saw that link up between Neto and João Pedro, both of the Pedros, the other day with Neto's left-footed cross, putting the ball on João Pedro's head. One of my predictions for this season is that we see huge numbers from Pedro Neto. Now that we've actually got a box-present striker, someone that isn't afraid to be in that right position, make that darting run, flick the ball on, that Pedro goal that we saw against AC Milan, we're going to see this a lot more. And that's in a friendly, right? We're seeing what Chelsea needed, vindicated here at the start, even before a ball is even kicked in the Premier League. So I think that link-up is going to be very fruitful for Chelsea. And then it's about unlocking Cole Palmer. Maybe the game is going on a little bit. Chelsea is struggling with the breakdown. That's where you bring on Esteval Willian. Maybe you do stick Neto over on that left wing. Let Esteval come on the right, and we look at that chemistry evolve and build more between Cole Palmer and Esteval Willian. So, when I look at this Chelsea team, I don't necessarily think... I think this might be the strongest starting 11 that we've got right now, but I don't see how long it's going to stay that way. I think Esteval is too good, and he's going to be impossible to keep the kid out of the team. Don't think the Premier League is going to be ready for him. But again, what is most important here is that this season, I don't think there is a best starting 11. I think game by game, even internally inside the match, Maresca will tweak things, change things in accordance to game state. And that is going to be so important for Chelsea. Maybe we need Malo Gusto to come on. Maybe Crystal Palace are overrunning us in the midfield because they've got a lot of players in central areas. Don't think that'll be the case, but they're a seriously good team, Palace. But we're on such a good run, and I'm going to the game, and I'm bloody buzzing for it, you know. And I think we're going to get the result. My score prediction for game week number 1, so get your bets on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say Chelsea are going to win 2-0. I don't think it's going to be straightforward. I'm going to say clean sheet, which would be massive. If we win this game and get a clean sheet, that is the best start to the season we could possibly have. Yes, I don't care about if it's 5-4, 4-3. Like, yeah, entertain me, brilliant. But the most important thing here is 3 points. We need to win these early season games. We've got a great run at the start of this season. Let's make sure that we achieve as much points on the board as we possibly can. Let me know your Chelsea starting 11s in the comments down below. And as well as that, your score prediction for this one in the comments. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. The summer, it's not over because we still got transfer news to talk about until the end of August. But in terms of like what this summer has been, we saw us get top 4. We saw us win the Conference League. We won the World Bloody Cup, for goodness sake. So make sure, if you're buying any Chelsea merch this summer, with that gold badge on it, no front and shirt sponsor yet. Maybe we do hear about that today, who knows. But use the discount code GBFC10. There's a QR code on the screen and also a link in the description of every single Chelsea video here on GBFC. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Come on, you Blues.